Spritz at the Eponymous Library, and I'm book talking His Face is the Sun by Michelle Javis Corpora. Okay, so this is fantasy based off entirely pretty much on Egyptian mythology. The land, she names the land Katara instead of Egypt, but we have pharaohs and the same gods and all that stuff going on. So we have 4 main characters at each other point of view, but there's a lot more characters in this because this is an epic high fantasy book. So we have Sita, who is a princess. We have Neef, who sees prophecies. We have Ray, who ultimately becomes a rebel, and then we have Kareem, who is a tomb robber. So the land of Katara is not the great country it once was, and that's partly because they have a weak pharaoh at the current time. There's been a long drought, and people in the conquered lands are starting to rebel. Neef, who is a common girl, does actually see prophecies, and a priestess finds out about her and brings her to the capital where she is going to become a priestess herself. But she is so good, she is actually summoned by the pharaoh as well to interpret his dreams. We have Kareem, who, as I said, is a tomb raider, but he finds this awesome tomb filled with all these things. Like, he's never found a tomb like this before, but unknowingly he awakens an evil thing. Kind of think like the mummy. And this evil thing kills most of his band of robbers, so Kareem is on the run from this evil thing. And on the run, he learns about the prophecy as well and what his part in it is. And then we have Princess Sita, who's just being a princess. But she does worried about her father, who has been ill. And it gets way more interesting when we learn that her father's illness is it's not natural. And then Ray, who lives far away in one of the conquered lands, as I said, ultimately becomes a rebel because there's been a drought. Life is really hard for the people living in this land, and they're bitter about losing the war. And when the king's tax collector comes in, it just like pushes people over the edge. And the rebels actually do some rebelling in this, which is good. This is not going to be for everyone. Reasons why it is not. It's a beautiful book, but it's just under 500 pages, and the ending had me like excited to perhaps read number 2, but it took a long time to get there. I'm going to be honest. Our 4 strangers are basically, what we learn is these 4 strangers are going to be pulled in by this. They're connected by this prophecy, but Ray's living far off. So Sita and Neef have met each other, and as well as Kareem. Kareem has actually met Ray too when he was on the run.
Yes.
If you are really into Egyptian mythology, I definitely recommend this. If you're into high fantasy, epic high fantasy with lots of characters and lots of storylines and lots of world building, also recommend it. But if this is not what you're into reading, I will help you find something else. Have a fantastic day. Keep on reading.